Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with a multi-billion-dollar investment of your money. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has always said the Trans Mountain pipeline expansion would get built, and now to do it, he is buying the whole thing. $4.5 billion of federal money will be spent to buy the existing Trans Mountain pipeline to carry Alberta oil to ocean tankers off BC's coast, plus all of Kinder Morgan Canada's core assets. A new Crown corporation will be set up, and there's the additional cost of construction to twin the pipeline. Ottawa won't be pinned down, but it's estimated to be $7.4 billion. The federal finance minister insists taxpayers will not be the long-term owner, that the pipeline will be sold down the road at a profit. Alberta's premier calls it a huge step forward. Critics call it an historic blunder, and BC is still digging in its heels. Mike LeCouture starts off our coverage tonight.
When you were a little boy, did you always want to own a $4.5 billion pipeline?
A comical question, and one taxpayers are now asking themselves. Make no mistake, this is about the government putting your money where its mouth is to build a pipeline.
That allows the construction season to start, as it's going to start this week, allowing workers to actually get the jobs, and it allows us to move forward with the investments required to get the expansion completed.
Purchasing the pipeline is actually Plan B. Plan A is to give Kinder Morgan a loan to start that construction while working with them to find another buyer before the end of the summer. But if a pipeline company doesn't want it, well then who would? Finance Minister Bill Morneau hinted Indigenous groups and pension funds have already expressed interest. Now, while some First Nations along the route support the pipeline, the AFN does not, saying in a statement, Canada must work with First Nations and respect our rights regarding our lands and our lives. While the Canadian Taxpayers Federation warns against involving the Canadian Pension Plan Investment Board.
The CPPIB is supposed to make investment decisions for business case reasons, not because of political interference.
Conservatives blame Prime Minister Trudeau for what they say is a hostile climate for investors.
Kinder Morgan is not getting out of the energy business. It is getting out of the energy business in Canada. And $4.5 billion of Canadian taxpayers' money is going to shareholders out of this country.
Now, it's not the first time Canada has used taxpayer money to save big business. Last year, the Liberals gave Bombardier nearly $375 million in repayable loans. And in 2009, the then Conservative government bailed out the auto sector. Morneau says this will actually keep jobs and investment in Canada.
The oil companies will pay. The investments that we made will be paid through the oil companies' payments to actually use the pipeline down the road.
A former parliamentary budget officer, Kevin Page, says if oil prices continue to rise, the government could very well make money on this deal. But that's just a guess, because we still don't know how much the pipeline will ultimately cost. And don't forget, the government will be on the hook for cleaning up any spills. Plus, no one could answer how exactly this high-priced purchase will eliminate the pipeline's highly motivated opponents. Donna?
All right, Mike in Ottawa, thanks.